It is what it is. What is going on, folks? I am yours truly. AJ is live of the Respective Angle Mobile Show, and I'm here on on a Saturday. Finally, we're here on a Saturday night, trying to get things out of the way. It has been a very long week, and you know, we're just chilling today. But of course, I've been touting this for the past how long? About a couple months now. Been trying to get this individual on this show. Although, where are my manners? Where are my manners? Let's start this over again. Start from the top. Director, you're killing me right now. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That sounds a little bit better now. This is yours truly, AJ is live of the Respective Angles Show, and I am here on another night, Saturday night, of course. And we live. We're definitely live. And of course, we are here with this very interesting DollaRide interview. Don't add him up yet. We're here. I got my little director here. We're starting something fresh right now, and we're building the platform as much as we can. We are now live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube twice. That's crazy, right? That's so much different platforms. And I'm excited to be here tonight. Because I have a friend of mine who is, he's a trailblazer in business. I'd say that he's a very, very successful entrepreneur, and he's still doing his thing at this point. And we have a lot to discuss. We did have a part one a couple years ago, and I enjoyed that so much so to where, I believe that we need to have a part two. So I've been bugging this guy for the past how long now? Like, yo, man, so you got to come back on the show, bro. You got to come back on the show because we got some updates. So we're going to get into some conversations today, and we're going to bring him up there. Please, director. Thank you very much. Thank you. You just, oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Well, I'm going to welcome the man, the success, the entrepreneur, the entrepreneur of the year for me.
Come on.
Entrepreneur of the past couple of years to me, This guy right here, when I tell you he is intelligent, he's a very smart businessman. I've got a lot of respect for this brother right here because, even thinking about his story, he came a long way, and he's still pushing it right now, still doing the thing as an African-American in New York in a very competitive state. So we did touch on a couple of things in the first interview. If you look back on the part one, we did the DollaRide part one interview. We had a couple of discussions on, where they're standing and what they intend to do. And, we wanted to bring him back on here again, yet another time to find out some new things, because DollaRide is an ever-growing company, I understand. They are, and they are doing a lot so far. And I wanted to bring him on to highlight exactly what's going on with the DollaRide. And Sue, what's going on, man?
I'm good. What's going on, AJ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad to have you here, man. Just happy to have you here today. I could definitely for sure say that your request from the last time, the soundboard is here now. It's here now.
I see lots of upgrades. I gotta say, first and foremost, I'm not only impressed, I'm just proud of seeing all the progress you made since the last time I was on the show. So big ups to you, man.
That's good. Put up the volume for me, thank you. Yes. So, well, I've been here, I've been building, we haven't been consistent as we should, but, it's a work in progress. As you know, I do have my transportation company that I've been That's all I can say is, we in New York. We're in New York. You know how the transportation industry is at the end of the day. It's very competitive, so we just been trying to do our thing here. And now, we've shifted into a different avenue. Turn me up on the TV a little bit. we shift into a different avenue as it relates to the show. We have a lot of things that's upcoming on the show, and it's going to be simulcasted with another platform that I actually started on the other day. And we're about to get ready to do some big things for 2023.
Nice.
So, the last time we spoke, man, we spoke, I enjoyed that last interview. I enjoyed all the information. I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers, they enjoyed the information. They were able to benefit from the information. But, that was the last time we spoke. And now it's time for us to catch up from that last time we had that conversation.
Most def. I mean, I think the last time was in the beginning of the pandemic. So it's been nearly 2 years. But we've made a lot of progress on my side. Like I said, I see what you're doing with the respective angles. So let's get into it.
All right, man. So first up, we have to get a little bit on the personal side a little bit, because it's been some time since we've linked up. You know what I'm saying? And life has happened. As you said, we spoke the last time was around the beginning of the pandemic. How did that go for you? After the pandemic, how was everything like? The business with DollaRide and stuff like that. How did everything like start back up for you? What was the startup like? The restart.
Well, with the company, the pandemic made operating in New York really difficult, because we had a lot of starts and stops. The different rules and things that were just disruptive for businesses affected us just like everybody else. But I think in early 2021 is when we really started to get back into the groove of things and be able to operate more consistently. So since 2021, business has been great. We got a lot of examples and case studies of the success that we've had around New York, working with fleet owners and individual owner operators using DollaRide to transport people all around the city. But it was a bumpy road in the beginning of the pandemic, for sure.
Well, I could sympathize with you, because it was the same way with me. For me, to be honest with you, coming off the heels of COVID, and the whole entire thing was a shutdown, and our job is really transportation, and there was nobody going anywhere, nobody moving anywhere. But the relaunch, It was rather slow. It was slow, but a year and a half later now, when you think about it, everything is starting to come back into the proper place where it needs to be for us over here. And we've gathered and we've gained more contracts, more than we had from prior COVID, so I'm actually good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy for that. And I'm happy for you that you're actually able to make more strides even after a pandemic such as that magnitude. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A lot of businesses that I know, they have plummeted all the way to the point where they had to pack up and keep it moving,
Right.
So I'm glad that a black man could actually keep it going even after the pandemic.
Yeah, there's a really good article I read years ago, and I think it's called "Startups Have to Be Cockroaches," something like that. And the whole thing is that, like, in business, when you have all these crazy things that happen, in your industry or economic downturn, you got to figure out how to survive. And there's no better example of survival than like cockroaches. Believe it or not, they've been existing for, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of years, through all types of craziness. So that's like an example of what it has to be, if you're going through challenging times as a small business owner or entrepreneur. Just figure out how to survive. But yeah, we've been really fortunate. We were able to bring on some corporate contracts in the middle of the pandemic, which really opened my eyes to the potential for fleet owners and even digital tech companies like DollaRide in the transportation game. So, I think because things were slow in 2020, it forced us to pivot and change our business model quite a bit. But that change ended up becoming way more lucrative and sustainable. So now I feel more confident that we have a platform that is really poised for more growth.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about entrepreneurship.
All right, let's do it.
What? All right, let's go down that line right now. Okay, so we know that you got a track record. You have a long track record as especially as it relates to being an entrepreneur and being a small business owner. So can you give us like some of your history, your past history on being an entrepreneur and exactly what your past experiences was like as in terms of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think I'm like a super duper expert at all, but
I mean, I think you are. I think you are. Stop lying. Stop lying to people. You can lie to them, but you ain't gonna lie to me. I'm just saying, man. Stop lying, bro. What? Go ahead,
bro. I at least I try to approach this stuff like a real student of the game, right. And because I've had, let's say, I think now maybe 3, if not 4 different businesses, and they've been in slightly different industries. Mm-hmm. I always find myself like having to learn new things.
Right.
So I still think of myself as like a young entrepreneur, like someone who's fresh, trying to figure it out, just trying to, solve problems as quickly as possible to grow and move on to the next thing. But yeah, in my professional history, I think now I've been a business owner and working for myself now for like the last 11 years. And in that time, I've built 3 companies. 3 of them were really active businesses, and then there was one like a side business that was more automated. But for the most part, I just jumped around from opportunity to opportunity whenever I saw something that I thought was worthwhile. The first company was a recording studio that had a production company assigned to it, and we worked in the music and hip hop industry, helping artists in Harlem create mixtapes and EPs and LPs and albums, and then eventually that expanded into helping them get placement in movies and in commercials and in documentaries, like wherever their music could actually earn money. And I learned a lot about business from there, but that was my first company. And, that led to something else, which ended up becoming in the software space. That was a company called We Did It. And I ran that business for 8 years between 2011 and 2019. That business I was able to sell and, get a nice bag for myself, my co-founders and our investors. And then I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, you got that bag, son. I have to drop a bomb for that.
Yeah, well, that's the life cycle. Word.
You got the bag. He got the bag.
But we need more of that. Like we need more stories and support for entrepreneurs going the full cycle. Because it's one thing to just start a company, but ultimately what you want to do is get to the point where your business is so valuable that someone wants to buy it from you, or you can take it public. I think at that stage you can really have a huge impact and then start the whole cycle all over again. So that's what I'm trying to do ultimately.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the challenges and hurdles in entrepreneurship. Like what kind of challenges that you've ever faced as being an entrepreneur?
Oh man, so many. For one, I feel like I'm facing challenges every day, so it never stops. Even as like your business grows and you get to different plateaus, the challenges and problems don't go away; they just change. But a good example, I've gone through a couple of times was just like straight up laying off your whole company or half the company when there's a downturn in the economy, which is what's happened more recently. If in my world, I've had venture-backed businesses, so a lot of times we have to raise money from investors in order to build the product or to operate in the early stages. But when investment deals don't come through, that really changes everything, and then now you have to like reshuffle your whole plan, and that might mean making changes to your team and letting a lot of people go. So like that's usually one of the harder times and the most challenging events, because it sucks to like tell people they're not going to have a job anymore, or let go people who, you know, might be your friends. But I do got to say, you know, having gone through that experience a few times, I recognize that as difficult as it is, it's necessary in order for the business to survive and then have a chance to rehire those people later, or to continue growing. So, you know, as difficult as it is, you know, it's better to like pull that Band-Aid off early and as quickly as possible. So I guess that's one thing I've learned.
Okay. All right. Some good stuff, some good information for the people, some good advice for the people. Let's get into something else. Okay. You and I have been talking in the backgrounds for quite a while about, as it relates to the DollaRide and certain things that you were trying to get secured in the bag. And of course, I ain't want to say too much because, you know, I be in the backgrounds knowing what I know, but I don't want to, you know, put out information that I can't really talk on, because then it's going to mess you up. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, DollaRide is doing a lot of things, and you are well known for fundraising. And here you go again with some other ideas, something that I didn't even know about. I didn't even know about this program. And when you told me about it, I was like, wait, what? What kind of program is this? So tell us about the David Prize. Let's hear about that. You know, I want to hear about it more from you, so that way you can expound and give us that information.
Sure. So the David Prize is a philanthropic grant program, basically run by the David. It's run by the David Willentis Foundation. They're like the same organization, or the people that's behind Two Trees Management, which is a big real estate firm here in New York. That firm is like responsible for building most of Dumbo, right? Like they, you know, it's like a multi-billion-dollar entity. Anyway, they run a philanthropic program called the David Prize, where they give 5 New Yorkers every year $200,000 each, no strings attached, you know, for pursuing innovative, interesting ideas that represent like the spirit of New York. So it's open to anybody. You don't have to have a current business. You don't have to be, you know, an entrepreneur with a track record. You can just literally have an idea. But, you know, they want to support ideas coming from New Yorkers that help build New York and make it a great city. So that's an initiative that I've learned about, you know, maybe 3 years ago. And, you know, I've been fortunate to become a finalist for the David Prize. However, although I didn't get that grant, the David Prize Foundation, some of the board members ended up investing in DollaRide, and they've also become a customer of DollaRide, you know, more recently. So there we go. Let's groove on it when we got some good news. I like that. Yeah.
Still get it anyway, right? Still got to get it anyhow.
Yep. So yeah,
okay,
like
all right.
But the David Prize is for the people. Like I'm definitely shout them out, and I think people should check out their website. It's thedavidprize.org, and it's a grant funded program, $200,000 to any New Yorker for great ideas, no strings attached.
You see, my director, I don't know what's going on with him today. Like, he's supposed to be typing, click-clacking away. You know, you got to put this info up for the people. So you want to repeat that again, so that way the director over here could get that, so you could put it in the.
Oh, but no, we got a little typo. It's thedavidprize.org.
Yeah, look at you. You over here moving mad fast. Slow down. Slow down, bro.
Put it up for the people so they can get to that link.
All right, guys, you see it there. You see it right there on the bottom of the screen. That's the David.
As a matter of fact, they still have an open call right now for applications. So right now you can submit your idea to the David Prize and be in the running for a $200,000 grant, no strings attached, to pursue your dream of, greatness, right? So long as it's based in New York and, you're a New York native or you live in New York, that's all they're really looking for.
Okay, so you said that you got them to invest, although that you didn't get the. So you're saying that you didn't win?
No, I did not win the prize, which is a grant. But there was members of the board that still really liked what we were doing with DollaRide, and they were impressed with me. So we worked out a different arrangement where they ended up investing in my company. So now there's like a couple of board members who are investors in DollaRide.
Okay, all right. So there's a clean transportation. Is that the clean transportation prize?
No, that's something completely different. But I would love to talk about that too.
Okay, so let's get into that. Let's segue into that quick fast. Give us some updates on the DollaRide winning the $10 million clean transportation prize. What's that about? Because you didn't even tell me about that one. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy, son.
I had to keep it on the hush for a little while.
Wow. What friend you are? That's nice, man. You got my number. You could have called me and be like, "Yo, bro."
No, don't put it on me now. I told you. I put you under this last year. Yeah. So don't put me on blast, man. But for one, this whole ordeal was like 18 months long, and this is how it goes with a lot of these opportunities, especially when they're in the multi-million dollars. It's usually a very long, process or sales cycle. But anyway, I found out about this RFP or program, what have you, that was sponsored by NYSERDA. NYSERDA is a state agency. It's a government agency based in New York. And they put on this program that started last year called the New York Clean Transportation Prizes. And basically, it's a program that is supporting transportation companies and projects that are based on electric vehicles or mobilizing people to transition to more renewable energy for transportation. So there were 3 categories. One of the categories was called clean neighborhoods. So for the clean neighborhoods, you had to submit an idea or your business, and it had to do something that was like community oriented, that benefited neighborhoods around New York State. And ultimately it had to do something with like reducing pollution by helping people get access to electric mobility. So, being that DollaRide was already, in the market and working with dollar van drivers, commuter van fleets, we already had a product and a software. The idea that we proposed was we would use our software and our team and resources to help commuter van fleet owners and drivers get access to EVs, to electric vehicles. And we basically submitted that idea and on a bunch of details. And 18 months later, we got announced as one of the winners of the New York Clean Transportation Prize for that category. And that was a $10 million grant and contract with the state of New York.
Oh my God. Say that again.
$10 million grant and contract.
Oh my God. Wow. That is crazy. So with that $10 million, what you're going to do is you're going to start to clean up the the commuter van industry and be able to do what now? Electrify the vehicles?
That's exactly right. We'll be able to help any driver or fleet owner get 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 electric vehicles, however many you need to operate and grow your business. And we're going to do it on very, very special homie discount terms, if you know what I mean. So I'm excited about it. And, I just want to be a resource and a plug for the community and give a bright, shining example of what's possible if we back small businesses, entrepreneurs, and people of color.
Okay, put that up. Right. Okay, so that's good. As I am human first says in the chat, that's a great initiative. Well, I like where you're going, although you withheld that information, but that's good. That's good.
I did not withhold it. This is just AJ not paying attention to the text. You ignore half of my text. So that's probably this was the half that you were ignoring.
Oh, listen, I don't ignore. Listen, I don't know why people don't understand this. I don't ignore people's texts or phone calls. By the end of my day, because people don't understand how my day goes, although I run my company, I do the most driving in my company. That's a fact. Like the new contract that I have out in Jersey,
yep.
I do that, son. I do it because guess what? I mean, dependability is one of the things in drivers that you look for at the end of the day, especially when it comes down to these kind of runs like that from New York to Jersey, Jersey to New York. It's a long day type situation. So, when it comes down to that, I don't ignore people. It just, if you text me today, you better text me tomorrow or call me by the end of the week. Call me on the weekend. You'll always catch me on the weekend, all day.
AJ, let me ask you this. You just brought up something interesting. You mentioned dependability, and it sounds like what you're saying is you are driving that particular job because at least right now that contract's at a point where like you want to depend on yourself. You can't outsource it yet.
That's correct.
Do you think there's a problem with finding dependable, responsible drivers or people to work with?
Absolutely.
What makes it difficult to find those folks?
Number one, okay. Everyone is always happy to get a job in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. But then after that, when they get that first 2-3 checks, they start to get real comfortable. At the first instance, they get real hot and sweaty to work. They're ready to work because it's a paycheck at the end of the day. Some jobs I understand, some jobs are boring. But oh my gosh, my job is very interesting because you meet different people almost every other day. And you meet different characters. You get what I'm saying? But my problem is now when it comes down to the dependability, especially as it relates to a run like Jersey, you got to be out there all day. Now, of course, people have different reasons as to the reason why they can't really be outside. I mean, I got 2 kids. I got a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I know what it is to be away for those amount of hours away from your children. Now, some people it's for, and some people it just can't, you just can't do it. But my problem is when you don't have any responsibilities at all, but you're complaining. And we have a lot of lazy, and I'm gonna say we got a lot of lazy people that claim they want to work, but that when it turns out to it, what's up? Let me see a transcript. What's going on, Kim? Put that up on the chat. When it comes down to it, they don't want to work. They don't really want to work. And that's my problem. It's the drive, the effort that they don't want to put in. It's just like a fly by night. People just want to do the most minimalist thing that they can. And that's what it is. Nowadays, people don't want to work hard. I think the boss is the one who has to put in the hard work, and then, whatever happens. That's just my thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and it's crazy because like, for those of us who are on the other side of the table, we're desperate to find, people to work with. We're desperate to fill these job openings and these roles. So it's, I can't wait to find more drivers and people who are just excited to do something and do a good job altogether. If you're a driver or interested in getting a CDL, holler at me. Find me on Twitter, at the Susani or at DollaRide. We definitely would love to chat with you.
Yeah, I'm already looking at him already because I don't see no fingers clacking away right now. Director, I'm telling you, we started off with a $5. How much was this, Sue? It was $5 deduction. $5. Gonna be another $5. The fingers ain't moving too fast, buddy. All right, so y'all heard it there. Make sure and hit me or Susani up because well, matter of fact, it's Susani up because although him over there, he just offered that service. So he just said, if you guys need any CDLs, training or stuff like that, hit him up right over there. Not me. I'm very busy. Just like he said, that's my friend. And he could tell you, it's hard to reach me. Sometimes it's difficult. You know how much times this man done call me? Aaron, I need you to come do this. Aaron, I need you to come do this for DollaRide. Aaron, I need you to come do this. Aaron, I need you to do P-roll. Aaron, I got it. Sue, I'm somewhere else. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I really can't. But that's my boy, though. He understands that I can't be at 20 different places at one time. You know, I'm just only one person. So make sure and hit him up over there at the Susani on Twitter or at DollaRide. And if you need certain things in terms of CDL training and stuff like that, or if you want to become a driver for the DollaRide Corp, I'm pretty sure he'll figure that out. Right?
Yep.
He'll figure that. Right?
Absolutely.
So he'll figure that out. So you can hit him up on his Twitter, and he's on LinkedIn too. I don't know if you want people bothering you on your LinkedIn, because you know.
No, they can hit me up on LinkedIn too. That's the professional network. So please we do it like this. If you're somebody who wants to do stuff that's like on the ground, like with driving or dispatch, right? You want to be like touching the people, holla at me on Twitter. But if you're somebody who's in the office and you're behind a computer, or you do sales or marketing, right? You're, that type of work, holla at me on LinkedIn.
It's because of this guy right next to me right here. Like, I'll tell you, he has upgraded my whole entire view on life. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's my motivation over here next to me. This guy next to me, that's my motivation. This is who, you young folks should aspire to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie. If you look at his LinkedIn alone, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, dang!" Are you gonna be thinking this? Word, okay, all right. That's just by looking at the man LinkedIn. You know what I'm saying? You got to go over to the Respective Angles show and look at part 1 of the DollaRide interview, and then you're gonna get a little bit of, not even a little bit. You're gonna get a lot of information about this man's life. Matter of fact. I presume I am human first says I presume DollaRide is only in New York. Yes, for now. Go ahead, Susan. You can answer that.
Yeah. We're only in New York City right now, but not for long. We definitely have plans and are working on expanding to other cities very, very soon.
Right. And I did remember that you did tell me that a while back, that New York is not just the only stop for you, and you're actually going to be doing things in other places. But you know what? I wanted to touch on something that maybe a lot of people don't know about, and I actually played that clip on my last the promo that I did like months ago. So when I tell you months ago, you were supposed to be on this show months ago, bro.
That's
but
true.
It was the actual the route, that the JFK connection.
Yep.
You want to expound on that a little bit for those who are in the JFK area in Queens and those sections over there that can utilize that transportation. Tell us more about that, because I know you didn't think that was going to be a question, but my eyes be open. I be seeing certain things, Susani. I be seeing that DollaRide logo passing with that black bus. I be like, oh, okay, my boy doing his thing. Okay, my boy doing his thing. Okay, so expound on that route over there, because I know it's not small.
Well, in Jamaica, Queens, we basically started up a brand new route from scratch, but we did it in a way that's a bit different from how I guess the legacy dollar van routes have come about, over the last couple decades. So we partnered with a business improvement district called Gateway JFK. And with them, we designed and implemented a whole new dollar van route that basically connects people from the nearby the JFK airport all the way to the Jamaica station. So it basically runs a similar route to like the Q6 or even the air train, but you can basically get to the places between the airport and the Jamaica station, more quickly or more easily. So we set that up, did it through a corporate partnership. And for that reason, I mean, half the year, the rides are free for passengers, or at most $1. There we go.
They normally say nothing ain't free in America. So when you get when you get the freeness, you gotta be like, what? It's free in New York? You sure?
Well, free to passengers, at least. Free to riders. Not free, somebody's paying the bill, but we wanted to make it free to the community and very low cost. So half the time the rides are free. You can get promo codes and things like that, which are promotions that that Gateway JFK is doing nearly every month. And even right now, we're talking with them about a contract renewal and just making it completely free for the whole of next year. So
wow.
The whole program has been very successful. The community loves it. They have shown up and shown out time and time again, just demonstrating that this was a very needed service. And like I mentioned earlier at the top of the call, this is another example that we wanted to promote and show the world or the public of this is what's possible when you can mobilize great small businesses like Dollar Vans and the fleet owners that do this type of work. So that's what we're doing in Jamaica, Queens right now. The whole route and project has been running for about almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March of next year. And we want to do more stuff like this all around the city.
First, you're saying that because commercial drivers are hard to come by, and that has increased. Yeah.
The pay scale, absolutely. That's a great question, and a really
has that increased the pay scale?
Well, it's a good topic to discuss too. Yeah. Long story short, like because there are fewer drivers available for whatever reason, you have to be willing to pay up, and make it interesting and enticing for someone to spend their time with you at your company. So
that's true.
Yeah, definitely drivers' pay is going up, or it needs to go up in order to make this stuff work.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. My payroll is going up. Okay. ADP was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah." You got to raise that up a little bit. So I that's just what it is. But let's get into the impact. Or matter of fact, let's get into the impact that you're trying to make in the commuter van industry. What kind of impact are you trying to make, really and truly? Because you did slip in the cracks, and nobody really knew who you were in the dollar van industry. Because let's make this abundantly clear: DollaRide and the dollar van, they're practically the same, or not the same, but it's a name thing. DollaRide is the DollaRide, and we do have something called dollar vans in New York City. So It's DollaRide introducing themselves into the dollar van industry. Yes?
Yes, precisely.
Right. Yeah, so as I said, I met this guy about 3-4 years ago now, and he was referred to me by a friend of mine, and I'm like, wait, why y'all sending this guy to me for? Like, yeah, well, you could answer the vital questions that he needs and stuff like that. And I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's trying to do. And so, of course, when he calls me now, I was already on the defensive, because there is a culture in the dollar van that, well, at that time, I was one of the representatives for the dollar van, community. And of course, they shuffled over my number to him, and then he calls me and it's like, "Yo, man, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm trying to do, and this is my idea," and such like that. Of course, me being defensive, because anything that you are in it's a territory, right? Whether it's in the restaurant business, whether it's in the transportation business, whatever it is, it's a competitive thing, and then there's territories in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he came and just stepped all over our territory. So it's like, what do you plan to do here? So, coming into it, I'm like, very defensive. But then when I start to get to know this guy and start to see what his vision was for the commuter van service, it wasn't an understanding of he's coming to take this whole entire thing and just run with it. No, he's coming to initially improve on the commuter van industry.
That is exactly right. Basically what I want to do is provide resources to commuter van drivers, fleet owners, and businesses that are in this industry. And the reason why is because I firmly believe that what we have in New York City with commuter vans or dollar vans, however you want to call it, is a perfect model for what could be expanded and replicated all around the country. So the way I think that we can make that happen is by, supporting drivers and fleet owners. It's kind of like, we want to pump the dollar van industry with steroids so that it can be as strong and as fast as possible. And the bones are already there, but we want to put some muscle onto the industry. And for me, because I'm not a driver, no one in my company is drivers. I never thought of us as being competitive to the other drivers and fleet owners that were around. But like you said, there's territory. There's a lot of people are territorial. So, it's taken some time to win people over and to create trust and alliances. But, as you can see, I don't give up. I'm only going to make progress. I'm only going to keep going and, get bigger and better. So
definitely
if it ain't now, it's going to be at some point. You're going to want to rock with me because there's only one direction we're going. You know what I mean?
Up from there, man.
But yeah, that's ultimately what I want to do. So I've found more recently an opportunity to bring more resources into the dollar van industry. Winning the New York Clean Transportation Prize is now going to allow my company to invest literally like $20 million into New York City commuter vans. Hey.
$20 million. Sound like you about to be like Oprah, man. You get an EV and you get an EV and you get an EV and you.
Yo,
just saying, man.
I hope it's that. I hope it's like that.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But yeah, we're literally contracted and ready to deploy $20 million worth of assets and resources into the dollar van industry. So whether you're a driver or a fleet owner, or you're a driver who wants to build and grow and build a company so you can have your own fleet someday, we want to give you the resources to do that. And, I'm not going to stop until I make it happen.
Wow. You're one persistent ass guy, man. You're one persistent guy, bro. I tell you that much. And I ain't gonna lie, you really did not let go at all. Like, you did not let go. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, you've really pushed your way in the dollar van industry so much so where, it was an acceptable thing because there was misconceptions as it relates to who the DollaRide was and who was behind the DollaRide.
Right.
It being a Caribbean, an Afro-Caribbean backed, industry. A lot of us thought, well, I can't even say us because, as I said, I'm just a representative. I don't even involved in the dollar van community anymore to say, well, okay, I'm a driver. I'm an owner of these things at this point. But, that's just the other part of the business. And then you gotta have little things. You can't have all your eggs in one basket now. You gotta have it in different baskets. So, that's just the idea. But, making your way in this situation, director, I don't know what's going on here, director. Yeah, so making your way in the situation in the industry, I can actually say that you're doing your thing. You're doing your damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually proud of you that you were actually able to successfully infiltrate, and actually make it in. So much so where the drivers are willing to work with you. You've had I don't know if you're having the Kwanzaa crawl this year.
The Kwanzaa crawl. So for one, the Kwanzaa crawl isn't DollaRide's thing. There's a group of young ladies, Kerry and Crystal, Colette, that run it, and I think they're planning on doing it again in 2023. They're not going to do it this year, but they're planning on doing it again next year. And yeah, that's another example of like, some of the little things that we're trying to do to build a little bit of a name for ourselves, but also shovel opportunities to drivers. The Kwanzaa crawl, usually every year, is an organized bar crawl between 30 Black-owned bars in Brooklyn and in Harlem. And it's organized by two young Black women who live in Bed-Stuy, two sisters. And they've been doing this now for like 5 years in a row. Each year it's just gotten bigger and bigger. The first time we rocked out with them, we organized like maybe 8 or 9 drivers to pick up and transport passengers between the bars.
In which I
That
was a
year,
part of. In which I was a part of, for
I
sure.
think that's when we first met,
I think
2019.
I spearheaded that one. Yeah.
They had like 3,000 tickets sold that year, maybe even less, maybe like 2,500. And then last year in May, we did it again with them. Even it was like, oh, actually early this year in May, we did it with them. And this was the one year we did it after the pandemic started. So people weren't sure, like, what's going to go on and will people show up? And they sold over 5,000 tickets.
Wow.
Right. They had lots of people. And we ended up having like 20 drivers, show up that day to transport people, between these bars. So, that stuff is, to me, is just is magic. And I want to see more of that happening, all around our community.
All right, man. You've been doing your damn thing. Okay, so before we wrap it up, because I know you're a very busy man, you know what I'm saying? You got your growing family. I want to touch into that a little bit.
I got two now, like you do. I'm following your footsteps.
Listen, man, I'm following your footsteps, okay, buddy? Following your footsteps. And the last time we spoke, you had a little one in the oven, I believe, and he just came out at that time. And here you go again. You got another one. Last time I spoke to you on the phone, I was like, wait a minute. What? Next one. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, you have your family. I'm glad to hear that they're growing and, everyone is well, even though you had to go through the pandemic with the first child, I believe it was.
Right.
Yeah. And, I know that went kind of well for you, right? That went well.
Fortunately.
And, I'm happy for you that, that you're growing, and, versus when we had the first conversation to now, you're at a different level in life and in business. You just don't find that everywhere. You just don't find that everywhere every day with the African American man, with the black man running a business in corporate America.
Thank you, brother. Well, there are more people out here doing it than there was 5-10 years ago. So there is progress that's being made, but we need more of it, right? I want to open the door for more people. So hopefully, my story and what we're doing in New York is inspiring to some people, and they can join the community and try to get it like we're doing it.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about any challenges that you're going to be facing ahead. What potential challenges are you foreseeing in the future that you can see for yourself? Because we do face challenges that we can see, and some that we just can't expect. There's unexpected challenges that you're like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even expect this. But for the ones that you can say that you foresee in the future, do you have any, if any?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, there's going to be challenges. Just in thinking first about us deploying this project to get electric vehicles on the road. On one hand, I'm hyped because I feel like our interests are more directly aligned with drivers and fleet owners, since we will now be in control of a fleet and we're trying to get that fleet utilized, right? That the fleet of vehicles, electric vehicles. So that's good. But that also makes me realize that I'm going to have to now really deal with this insurance issue a lot more closely and really make an effort to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a challenge for sure. We got people, in the commuter van space that are trying and making moves on it. Leroy Morrison, that man he's a dog. He does not let go. You think I'm persistent? Leroy's on another level.
He's worse than you. He's next. He's next.
Leroy,
I've been hounding him down. Like,
get him on the show, please.
I'm practically the pinnacle of the dollar van community. Like, I gotta have you on here, buddy. Yeah.
Big shout out to Leroy, Lexus Van Lines.
As persistent as he is, I'm very persistent, just as him, just for him to be here.
Yeah, we're gonna need that. So
here's what's going to happen.
He's been chipping away at it.
Here's what's going to happen, right? I'm putting this into the atmosphere from right now. We're going to have a coalition of you guys. It's going to be you, Leroy, Blackstreet, and a whole host of others. We're going to have a nice little consortium here at the Respective Angle Show, and we're going to be talking about the transportation industry in New York City, and of course the hardships and stuff like that. So I'm trying to put that together. So I have to pull you in, I got to pull Leroy in, I got to pull everyone in and try to get this together, and so that way we can have that conversation right here on the Respective Angle Show, because I believe as it relates to like the insurance and stuff like that and things of that nature, I think that, you know, New York City needs to hear what's really going on and the hardships that we face, you know.
Right.
And, you know, us being African Americans trying to build a business or trying to build a force that it's undeniably strong, you know. I believe that we need to be able to come together and do something together. That's what I think.
I would love that. For one, you're giving us a platform to finally have these conversations and do it in a public forum where other people can see, can hear, and participate in it. So that's right. For one, that's dope and something that we haven't had before. But for sure, man, there needs to be way more partnership and collaboration in the commuter van, dollar van industry in order for us to like knock down this insurance issue. So, you know, Leroy and them, they're making great progress, but, you know, we still got quite a ways to go.
Quite a ways to go, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I did FH1 insurance for one of my new buses yesterday, $4,500 down and $1,300 a month.
So that's gonna be, so that's like $25 a year, basically.
$25,000 a year.
Yeah. See? Oh man.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive. Well, like all right. So before we wrap it up, one last question, because I know you're like, damn, dude, I got to get up out of here. My son and my daughter is just probably like, oh my goodness. All right. So how can folks get in touch or support the DollaRide's efforts? Muy important.
So well, one, big shout out to the producer for putting the contact info on the scrolling marquee or ticker, whatever that is.
Come on, director.
That's the best way to get in touch with me, or to shoot us a message, you know, to reach people at DollaRide. Find us on Twitter, find me or the company on LinkedIn, and you know, just share with us, you know, what you want to do, how or your interest in helping, or, you know, any of the opportunities that we have open. I have job openings right now that's publicized on our website. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, we're going to make a huge effort to support drivers and fleet owners. So if you are a driver, you're interested in becoming a driver, or you're a fleet owner interested in building your own fleet and growing it, holler at us. You know, we want to chat with you. We want to work with you, and we want to support you.
All right. Okay. You know, yeah, I gotta throw this wrench at you, man.
Throw the wrench at me.
You know, the last time you was on the show, I just wanted to make sure everybody know who's the official sponsor. You see that name on the top over there above his head? You see that name right there that says DollaRide above his head right there? There's a reason why I put it right above his head. Because he's the sponsor of today's show, folks, and he's going to be the sponsor moving forward, you know, of the Respective Angle Show, as we are trying to build the platform, and we're trying to build it to a different magnitude. Shout outs to you guys on Facebook, on the Respective Angle Show on Facebook, also on my, I ain't gonna put my personal channel, my personal page on Facebook, for all of those who's on my personal page on Facebook, because I ain't gonna say it right now because you're like,
even have personal pages, man.
Yes, I'm on my personal page as well. Those of you who are on my personal page on on my Facebook, and as well as we're on Instagram, and yeah, that's about it. Instagram, 2 YouTubes, the Respective Angle Show, Facebook, yeah, all that, yeah, all those platforms. We're definitely going to be doing some things moving forward as it relates to Susani. I know you probably like, damn, dude, I ain't see your face in like forever, dude. This is how we're going to have to meet for real. Like, but, you know, he's a busy dude. I'm a busy dude. And whenever our times and our schedule, it actually, you know, gives us time to be able to link up, we actually do link up when we have a chance to. It's so sad that we haven't been able to link up in like about what 4 or 5 months now. It's been like 4 or 5 months, maybe less.
Easily.
Yeah,
We've tried to do text and all, but it's been a while since we really got together and build. But I peep your game when it comes to the instant sponsorship shout out. But you know what? On some real stuff, holla at me. I got a guy on our team who deals with marketing and sponsorships and content. And I've already told him about the show, and we want to do something to promote and support you guys. So let's chop it up. Yeah, we got something for you. Hey.
Stop playing, son, because we about to get up out of here right now. We about to get out of here right now. All right. Hold on. Wait a minute.
What's this?
Wait a minute. Something I'm forgetting. Director, what is it? Huh? Man, go sit down. Anyways, like I was saying, man. Listen, oh yes, that's what it was. I'm still a part of the DollaRide Corp, y'all. So don't even think. Just like I said in part 1, I am still a part of the DollaRide Corp. Whether I'm near, far, further away from that man right there, he still calls me for advice. He still calls me on an advisory role, to be honest with you. And I answer them questions at a paid price. You know what I'm saying? A paid price. Ain't nothing free in America. So at the end of the day, you gotta pay. You gotta pay, friends or no friends. Friends, ain't no friends in business, and ain't no business in friends. So at the end of the day, guys, listen. This is my well-known friend right here, Susani, and he's trailblazing in the corporation world. I am not gonna lie, especially in New York. And when it comes down to his DollaRide thing, he got his thing in the bag, man. He knows what he's doing. And the next time we have him on here, we're not gonna be talking about DollaRide. We're gonna be talking about how to invest, how to budget, how to deal with your money the way you're supposed to deal with it. And that guy right over there next to me, yeah, that's the budget man. That's the investing man. That's that guy who will tell you all you need to know. And that's why I say he's the business expert. He's the financial expert. If I need to find out certain things, Sue, I need to find out certain things about the taxes. I need to find out some things about technology. Whatever it is, that man right there, he know it. I could go to him and tell him, Susani, I want to record a track right now. I may not be able to sing, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to make me sing at the end of that track. That's the man to go to right there. So we're going to have him on next time. He's an expert when it comes to finances, and it comes on to a lot of different things as it relates to business. So we're going to have you next time on. You better make your schedule available. Make sure I'm on that favorite contacts on your phone. Make sure I'm doing now.
AJ, for you, I can always find time, man. You're no problem. No worries.
All right, buddy. Let's get you out of here, man. And of course, you guys have been locked on to the Respective Angle Show with my great friend, Susani. Hello, Betty Yellick. How you doing? You're a little bit late.
Betty, where were you? We were waiting for you.
Right, Betty? We was waiting on you, Betty. We was waiting on you. But of course, shout out to you guys.
The party's over now.
Yeah, party over. So you got to go back in that replay, hit rewind all the way back, probably like a whole hour, because I had this man on since 8:30. And although he said he's going to be on from 8:30 till 9 o'clock, of course, leave it up to me to stretch his time. You know what I'm saying? Leave it up to me to stretch a black man's time. But that's my friend anyway, and he's going to give me that time because I need that. And what was I about to say? I got a lot of things going on in this mind here that I just have to move forward with. But yes, be sure to check out the replay, Betty. I know you will, because I know you're good at that. You're going to leave your comments down below. And to all you guys who are going to be back in the replay gang, because it's a lot of you. It's a lot of you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Respective Angle Show. And be sure to head on over to the Susani on LinkedIn. Matter of fact, on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at the DollaRide on Twitter. And if you need to know anything about the DollaRide on the Dollar Prize, head on over to the dollarprize.org, where you can sign on up, put in your little ideas, and hopefully you win that $250,000, as Susani said. $250,000.
No,
That's
it's
some money.
$200,000.
$200,000.
And it's the David Prize.
The David Prize. Why did you put the Dave Prize? The David Prize. Well, why did you put the dollar prize?
The David
You know what?
You
know what? You see what I was talking about, right?
Dock him $5.
We docking. That's $15 so far. That's $15 so far. That's $5 times 3. That's unbelievable. You know, it's gonna be your paycheck right there, director. I'm supposed to be hands-free right now. I shouldn't be doing nothing. All right. So yes, definitely head on over there, and we will be definitely talking to Susani. If you need any questions, if you need any things done, head on over there. As long as it's respectfully, make sure and keep that respect on there, and don't hit him up for nothing else, guys, because the man's married, he got a wife, and he got kids. All right, so please
keep it respectful on the respective angle.
Right, keep it respectful. You see where you see this man here on the respective angle. We ain't on the disrespective angle. None of that extra drama nonsense. This ain't Love and Hip Hop. This ain't Housewives of Potomac, Atlanta, all that extra stuff. If you want all that, go on to BET, VH1, and all them people that got them kind of shows. But right here, we're gonna keep it respectful. And of course, until next time, be blessed, don't stress. Let go and let God. I need to figure out what my director is doing. Okay, he's getting everything ready. Let go and let God. And you've been locked in with yours truly, AJ's Live of TRA. With my new best friend. Well, he ain't my new best friend. He just been my friend. With my friend, Susani, Susani, one of the co-founders of the DollaRide Corp. And it's been a pleasure, Sue, having you on here on the platform. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of information that needs to be divulged and expounded. You elaborated on what you need to elaborate on. You said what you need to say. And if you missed the information, guys, rewind. That's all you got to do. But he'll be here next time for sure. And he'll be here at a different capacity, teaching you guys a lot of things that you might not even know how to do. Budget, save, don't spend too much. And that's why he's in the position that he's in right now. And y'all, I ain't gonna say that. All right, guys. So we out of here. we are out of here for sure. That's the sounds of New York City. Somebody they're looking for somebody right now. They're looking for somebody.
Thanks, GTA. Hi, party people. Have a good night.
All right, guys. So shout outs to everybody who's here. Betty Yellick, good night to you. Good night to I Am Human First. Good night to Let Me See a Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. And of course, guys, as I always say, be blessed, don't stress, let go and let God. And until next time, guys, as I always definitely say, respect God's self and everyone else, and the world will be a better place. Director, take me the hell up out of here.